Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's up, family? But what is going on? Long time no see. How y'all doing out there? How is everybody doing? Let me pull up two things real quick. I'm on a time limit here, but I'm on an assignment, okay? Where am I going? Y'all talk to me in the chat. How y'all doing? Huh? Let me get these two things real quick because I want to have them set up completely. What's up, Instagram? What's going on and going on and going on and going on? All right, I got what I need. All right, beautiful people. Shabbat shalom. Yes and yes. Hey, Sister Pumpkin. Good to see you guys on today. I ain't going to be here long, but I am going to be here strong. I got another assignment to execute after this, but I wanted to come by here on this beautiful day and share something with you. Share not only the word, share not only some encouragement and some hope, but also share an opportunity, okay? I'm always, and when you don't see me, I am seeking Abba on how to assist his people, y'all. It is time to get moving, okay? We know that a day is but 1,000 to the Most High God, and I got to make this disclaimer here because I say it all the time. I've got all kind of people that follow me. I got people that believe in this, and I got people that believe in that. I got people that worship this and people that worship that, people that serve this and people that serve that. That is not any of my business. However, my business is to make sure I know who I serve and who I worship. And if those that I feel led to, because everybody don't belong to my Father, will offer the invitation to them, but all men can come and know who I serve. You know, not forcefully, not any of that. And when I come here and I sit down, this is a campaign against ignorance. This is a campaign against lack. This is a campaign against poverty. Y'all have all heard my story by now. This is what this campaign is against. And every day that I show up, I'm here to serve somebody that say today is the last day that I'm going to sit in this situation, that I'm going to sit in this circumstance, and I don't have to. So this is a campaign against that, okay? So I'm always going before the Father. And that's what I was saying, that whether you believe this or that, I'm not here to convert you. May my works convert you. May my love convert you. If anything is going to convert you, may my behavior and my lifestyle convert you. And then that is the introduction onto how you do it, you know, and that is how the connection can be made. Nevertheless, the principles can be used for anybody and everybody. And other people know that. So when I come here, I'm coming here to campaign against evil, ignorance, lack, poverty, insufficiency, inadequacy, hopelessness, discouragement, depression. I'm on an assignment, okay? I'm on a mission. So I'm not here to play games or any of that. I'm not here to be a salesman. I am a kingdom financier. And if you want to get out of your situation, the God that I serve created principles, the God who owns everything and the God over all mankind has a way and a purpose and a plan. And if you would follow the principles, even though you don't believe or have faith in who I have faith in, the principles will work for you. Okay. So I wanted to say that first and foremost. And so whenever I come here, I'm going to use scripture because scripture is principle. The whole entire world was framed and hung on principles, the word. And that is what I'm always going to use. Okay. So we can leave religion out of it. We can leave difference of opinions out of it. We can leave division out of it. This will work for anybody who will work it, whether you choose to believe or not. You can be a whole Buddhist and use these principles. You can be a whole Catholic and use these principles. You can be a whole Muslim and use these principles. You can be a whole Jew and use these principles. It does not matter. These principles work. So if you can bear with everything else, chew the meat and spit out the bone, all right? But these principles work even more so because it's connected to the source in my life. So I want to first start off by saying this real quick, and I promise y'all I'm not going to be here very long. Not tonight, but I'm going to be here very strong. So we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, Genesis, which means the beginning. Okay? Genesis 1:14, principles. You ain't got to be religious. Principles. Genesis 1:14, because this is the creator of all mankind. And this is where the foundation started and where it will end, whether we agree or disagree on that. Principles. Okay. Genesis 1:14 says, and God said, let there be lights in the vaults of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years. Okay? I'll say that one more time. God put lights in the vault of the sky, the sun and the moon. Why did he put them in the vault of the sky? So we can just have light? No, so that we can be sheltered, from the hot sun that beats on us in the day and we get some cool light at night. No. The sun and the moon is put there for this purpose. Even the sun and the moon has a purpose, just like you have a purpose. The stars have a purpose, just like you have a purpose. The wind have a purpose, just like you have a purpose. The water has a purpose, just like you have a purpose. We have a purpose, and everything else in this life has a purpose, okay? So I'll say this again, especially for y'all that's coming over here on Instagram. You can believe in whatever you want to believe in, and you can worship whoever you want to, but these principles will work for you if you believe. That's all you got to do. And if devils can believe that these principles will work for them and see them work, so can you. Okay. So God said, let there be lights in the vault of the sky, and that will separate the day from the night, and let them serve. Woo, powerful. Let them serve. They have a job, a purpose. Let them serve as signs or seasons to mark sacred times and days and years. Okay. So now I'm going to jump over really quick to Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. Real quick. So remember what he just said in Genesis 1:14. For season times, for special times, special seasons, special days, and special years, okay? So Ecclesiastes 3:8. I'm going to just start at 1. It says, to everything, not some things, not have things, but to everything, to human being, to life, to living, to breathing, to sleeping, to waking, to everything, there is a season and a time. To every purpose under heaven. We are under heaven. We are in the earth. That means everything has a start and everything has a finish. Everything has a beginning and everything has an ending. And everything has an expiration date. And you got to pay attention that to everything there is a season, okay? Which means that if your season has been for 2 years to be a reaper, and then you got 2 seasons to be a sower, and then you got 3 seasons to be a reaper, to everything there is a time and a season. Everything in the earth that's under the heavens. There is a time that we are born, that's true. And there is a time that we will die. That is also true. We know that. Principles. Not religion, principles. There is a time to plant, which means that you got to sow. And then there is a time to pluck up, which is planting, which means that you need to reap. Yes. There is a time to kill, and there is a time to heal. There is a time to break down, and there is a time to build up. Okay? There is a time to weep, and there is a time to laugh. There is a time to mourn, and then there is a time to dance. So you don't have long mourning seasons, and you don't have long dancing seasons, and you don't have long seasons where all you doing is plant, and you don't have all seasons where all you doing is harvest. There is a time and a season to every purpose under heaven. There is a time to cast away stones, and there is a time to gather stones. There's a time to embrace, and there is a time to refrain from embracing. There is a time to go get, and there is a time to lose. There is a time to keep, and there is a time to throw away. There is a time to rend, which means to be torn, and then there is a time to sow. There is a time to keep silent, and then there is a time to speak. There is a time to love, and there is a time to hate. There is a time of war, and then there is a time of peace. Okay? To everything, there is a time and a season. And the number one problem is many people miss their seasons. They stay stuck in their seasons. They live in their seasons longer than what they were supposed to. They don't come out of a season when they were supposed to. But there is a time and there is a season for everything. And whenever your season come back around, if you missed it the first time, some seasons are 15 years. Some seasons are 30 years. The children of Israel, their season was 400 years. Okay? But when a season comes, you must lay hold and take hold of the season. If not, you will remain entrapped in an outdated, expired season. If you're supposed to be harvesting, you still stuck in planting. And the reason why you cannot get your reward or your return is because you still stuck in planting when you should be over in harvest. Okay? You still stuck in casting away when you should be keeping. You still stuck in keeping when you should be casting away. You still stuck in planting. Planting when you should be harvesting, so forth and so on. Caught in a season. And that is the most dangerous because everything in this earth has a season. There is a season when the waves roar, and there is a season when the waves are still. There is a season when there is hot. There is a season where it was cool. There is a season when it rains. And then there is a season when everything springs forth. There is a season when the flowers die. And then there is a season when the flowers come up again. There is a season when it snows. And then there is a season when the sun is out. Okay? There is a season for everything. Many of us have gotten stuck in our seasons. For every purpose under the earth, there is a time and a season. How many of y'all done been in poverty for a long time? For far too long. When was the last season that you had wealth or abundance? How long ago was that? or have that ever been a reality? Because there is a time in the season. I didn't say that. That's what the Father said. So I'm here to ask you on tonight, when was your last wealthy season that you can remember? And have you ever had one? Have you ever had a season where you prospered and everything that you did prospered? Okay. I'm gonna wait on y'all to answer that while I go ahead and do this. See where I'm gonna start at. Let me see where I'm gonna start at. I'll start here. Put it right here. So I'll say this. All blessings, we can say that, right? We can agree, even if we don't agree on anything else, we can agree on this one principle, that all blessings come from God, through man, to man, right? All blessings come from God. That is his word. Every good and perfect gift comes from the Father of lights, whom there is no shadow of variation. Okay, every good and perfect gift, all blessings come from God to man through man. Okay, your job came from God to your boss, or through your boss to you. Excuse me. Okay, your healing came from God through the man or woman of God to you. Your deliverance comes from God through the man or woman of God to you. Okay? Your paycheck comes from God through your HR service to you. Every blessing comes from God through you, through man to you. Okay? Your child comes from God through you to you. Okay? Simple as that. So all things come from God through man to man. Nothing can come directly from God, and nothing is given directly to God. It goes through man to get it to man. And God is in partnership with the man who will understand that mystery, that the gift that I gave you came from me. But I didn't just give it to you. I put that gift in you to go through you to somebody who needs it. If you understand, say yes, yes. Which means it's not your gift. Which means your life is not your life. I put a gift in you. We're going to change that tonight, Lady Nicole. Because, see, that is what many are missing. What season am I in? And when you are in the wrong season or you have no direction, you don't have the gift or the spirit of the Issachars to discern the appropriate times and seasons. Now, if the Father said to everything under the heavens, there is a time and a season. And if he said in Genesis that I have put the sun and the moon. And the reason why he said that is because that is how God's people followed his prophetic seasons. The calendar that we live on is called the Gregorian calendar. It's man-made calendar. That's why you have Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. No, in the word of God, it says on the 4th day of Tisan or Nisan, on the 11th day, on the 12th day. That is why on the 1st day, on the 3rd day, on the 7th day, because God doesn't follow a Gregorian calendar. Man does. That's a whole nother teaching for something else. But that is the reason why he said the sun and the moon was placed there for times, special occasions, days, and years. I've been saying this for quite some time. I don't care what's going on around us right now. I don't care if there is another Divock 19 on the way. I don't care if there is inflation. I don't care if there is a recession. I don't care if it is a pandemic. I don't care what's going on, because God is the ruler and the maker of all things. And I don't care what they're doing. I'm only concerned about what he's doing. And think it not strange, or think it a coincidence that the Most High God, in the middle of all of this that's going on, would allow this to happen in 2 prophetic seasons called the Shemitah and Jubilee. Now, Jubilee, anything that was lost after 50 years, it's when the land rested. And there was to be no futile work in the land. The land had to regenerate itself. That's why, and when I say that the world knows the principles, they really do, okay? Because every laboratory closes down for a certain time every year to let the lab recycle itself. Every school closes down for a year. You didn't know that? Summertime, we're going to let the kids out. Why they couldn't let the kids go to school 365 days? Because they know principles, and it does not matter what you believe or what you serve. The devil himself knows the word. That's how he was able to tell Yeshua the word, because he knows the word. They know the principles, and all you got to do is work the principles. It's simple. So he gave us these times and these seasons so that you would know what I'm doing in this season. So Jubilee was where the land was supposed to rest. Okay. And there wasn't supposed to be no work done. Whatever debts you had was supposed to be wiped away. If you had to sell something, or if you was owing somebody money, or if you lost any type of property, it had to be returned to you. Now, how ironic is it that we're in the middle of everything being lost? But we're also in the middle of a Jubilee. Whatever was stolen from us, whatever we forfeited, whatever we had to sell or give up, whatever we were indebted to had to let us go. And I don't care if man didn't follow those principles. It doesn't change God's principles. It doesn't change what God said. It doesn't change the season. He is the ruler, and he controls the hearts of man. He can turn them in either way he wants. Okay? It's up to us to catch it, to pay attention, to operate in the season, because you can miss a season. That's just like you miss summer. You miss winter, and you still over here dressed in winter clothes in summertime. First thing people will do is be like, you out of season. You got on a scarf and a sweater and some jeans and a boots, and it's 110. What's wrong with you? They would instantly think something is off because you out of season. Or you miss summer and you in, you know what I'm saying, you in the wintertime with some hoochie shorts on and a tube top and some sandals. That's how that looks like, okay? And the number one reason why the Father is giving us back. We study out here trying to ask these people to give us something, and God said, I already gave it to you. Now go get it. Ooh, if you can just get on board with the Father. He said, I allowed them to do everything that they've done, and I allowed them to store up everything that they have stored up. For who? It's for you. The problem is you won't go get it. It's not coming to you. See, in order to go confiscate, you got to go not be a part of them, but you got to go to where it's at. Do you think you're going to walk into a construction company and say, God told me? Even though it's very possible, you can do this, okay? There has been miracles that have happened where this has happened, but that is when the Lord tells you to do that. But just regular smuggler every day, I just walk into the car lot. Yes, give me my keys off the wall. This is my car. You will go to jail for stolen auto or grand theft auto. This is my land. I don't care who on it. Hey, knock on the door, open up the door. I'm coming in. I'm moving in. Me and all my family. This is my house. God told me this is my house. You will go to jail for trespassing. But see, the way we were supposed to take it back was if the enemy is holding it hostage, he's created a system. He's created a system. The world operates off of buying and selling. So what our mission and our job is supposed to be in this hour, and what the Most High is telling us to do in this hour, is to get yourself dressed. If you have to sacrifice and fix your credit, then go fix your credit. Go to the realtor, buy that land, and take it back for my kingdom, for my purpose, for my people. Why? Because the God of this world, it was handed to him. When Adam, see, God is a God of structure. And the only way that you can confiscate that back in right standing now is if you come through the door. The truth, the way, and the light. That's the only way. To be in right standing as you are the representatives of the earth. If you do not go through the door, then you under the world system. And that is why Satan was able to take Yeshua up on the mountain and say, tempt him with these things. He said, this one thing, I will give you all the kingdoms of the world. How could he offer God himself the kingdoms of this world if they were not his? Because Adam gave him exactly what was given to us in the beginning. That was a position of us as mankind. When God put Adam here in the garden in the beginning, he made him to be representative of what was happening in the heavens. So God said, because my spirit is illegal, let me create somebody in my image and my likeness to rule down there the way I rule up here. And he failed and gave that to the serpent, to the enemy. So now the enemy is called the little g, the God of this world. That's why it says, for the God of this world has blinded their eyes. Because if you don't come through the door, it's according to the world system. So if you want to go back in and come, now when you come through the door and you say, now he gives you a mission, now go take that back. Go take that peace back. Go take that land back. See, most people don't realize and understand that Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joshua, David, all of them, they were rich in what? Land. They were rich in land. Yes, they had cattle and oxen and all of it, but they were rich in land. And we are supposed to be taking back what Adam handed up. We're supposed to have schools, educational centers, empowerment centers. We're supposed to be possessing the earth. We're supposed to be dominating the earth. We're supposed to be subduing the earth. We're supposed to be multiplying the earth. We're supposed to be replenishing the earth. We're supposed to be fruitful in the earth. That is our God-given assignment. We're not supposed to be broke, poor, and a joke. We're not supposed to be all of that. Now, we will always have the poor amongst us. And you know what the poor amongst us mean? Those who choose. They were either poor by haphazard. Maybe their family. Maybe they're orphan. Maybe they lost their mother and their father at a young age. Maybe their mother and father abandoned them haphazardly. Maybe they got hurt. They got on drugs. They chose to just be a freak. The poor we will always have amongst us. But it did not say you are supposed to be poor. Outside of being poor in your spirit. And that don't mean being broke in your spirit. That means being meek and humble in your spirit. Not full of yourself. So now we are not only in a Shemitah year. That means a season, a time to do something. We are in a Shemitah year, a season, a time. And beloveds, I hate to tell you this, but our year didn't start in January. So our time, our window of time is closing. We're in July, August, September. Yeah, we're getting ready to come. A few months, within 3 months, within the next 3 months. Then there comes a new year, which brings on a new season. So not only was it Jubilee, but it was a Shemitah. And Shemitah means release. It means wealth. The spirit of Zebulon rest inside of this year. Zebulon means where you're supposed to receive the treasures of the seas, businessmen and businesswomen. That's why there was a push. We think that things happening around us naturally are just happening. And people are starting businesses everywhere. No, because it's a time and a season. And that is what the Father was saying. I need you to get in position. And I need you to get the resources that you need so you can get to the places where the secret riches and hidden treasures have been stored. Why? So you can go confiscate the land. Why does Bill Gates got more land than anybody? Any of us as believers? The ones with all power and all knowledge. You know, we so full of the word, but we broke it in a joke and we said, what we believe in, we don't have, which makes us false witnesses. Because you got to eat the whole scroll, not just the one that make you feel better or look religious, make you look like some Pharisee or some Sadducee, scribes of the law. But you're full of dead man's bones. You keep men locked out of the kingdom. You tell men to do things that you won't even do yourself. You are a hypocrite. Hello? This light is really bothering my eye. Hello, somebody. So what is the Father saying to us in this season? While we still have time remaining. While we still have time remaining. Because a next season, and that's why everything that he did prophetically was for a reason. He said, Joseph, I need you over here preparing and doing A, B, C, D, and E. Why? Because there's going to be a season of drought. So I need you building and preparing in the season that I've called you to prepare. Isaac, I need you sowing in this season. Why? Because in the same year at harvest time, I'm going to give you a harvest. We don't have to understand the plan. We have to obey it and trust it. Even when we don't know, we have to move with God. Because if you do not move with God in his seasons, you will miss it and you will overstay your welcome in the wrong season. Many of you supposed to be further than where you are. Why aren't you? Because you overstayed your season. Summertime then went around 50 times and you still in winter. Okay? So all blessings come from him through man, to man. And if you don't keep that principle and God is not in partnership with you, with the man for the blessings and resources of heaven to reach you. See, you got to understand something, that the spirit and the bride have to be in agreement. Who is the bride? We are. Who is the spirit? The Lord, the Father. So if the Father says your deliverance is granted unto you, you could be praying, I need a breakthrough, I need this, I need healing, I need this, I need you to come through for me, I need financial resources, right? The spirit says yes. Sure, I'll give that to you. But where is the man that will come marry the spirit? Because the spirit and the bride has to say come together. And if the man doesn't marry the spirit and say, yes, I will be the hand that gives it to this person and answer, then your breakthrough, your prayer, your financial resources, it stays locked up in the spirit, because there is not a bride that comes into agreement with the spirit to say, yes, I heard from the spirit that you want me to pray with this person, or you want me to give this person this, or you want me to help this person with this, or you want me to counsel this person. If you don't get into agreement with the Spirit, what the Spirit has said, then that person's breakthrough, your blessing, and whatever else is attached to you, stay stuck in the Spirit, because there is no bride that will give the Spirit the legal right. For God is a spirit. That's why when you tell people God will take care of you, how? Through man. That's why he says, if you give, it will be given back unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall man give into your bosom, not God. So the blessing comes from him through a man to a man. Everything, okay? If God says yes and the conduit says yes, then it is a sealed deal. It is a sealed deal. However, if God says yes and the conduit, man being used by God, then says no, then the yes from God only remains in the spirit realm. When the Spirit says yes, there must be a bride on earth to echo that yes. And right now, there's a lot of people that need what you got. Right now, there's a lot of people locked out of and locked in knowledge and information and resources that God's given you a gift to learn, because you didn't learn that by yourself without a gift. He gave you the gift of the ability to retain knowledge. He gave you the gift to be an expert. He gave you the gift to be a healer. He gave you the gift to be a comforter. He gave you a gift to have compassion. He gave you a gift to want to feed the poor. He gave you that gift to want to help single mothers. He gave you that gift to serve others. And there are millions of people that will be locked out. Why? Because the bride has already said yes. Yes, I will heal you. Yes, I will give this to you. Yes, I will bless you with this. It says, with God, all things are yes and amen. All things are yes and amen. With God, all things are yes and amen. He needs a man to say yes and amen with him. There are people stuck in abusive relationships, just like you was once stuck in an abusive relationship, but God came and saw you out. Why? So now you can go show others how to get out, pull others out, have enough faith to lend them when they don't. You remember stuck in alcoholism, stuck popping prescription medic. There's millions of people stuck right now. You know how we don't want to go and tell our stories, and we don't want to go and do what the Father says to do, just something like that. That gift to cook, because food is literally a gate. Your mouth, your stomach, your mouth is a gate. That's why it says chicken soup for the soul, or food for the soul, because it's real. Somebody could eat something so good, make them feel so good. And that's a gift that you have. But you won't use it. You won't show others. Okay? Well, how can I show others about my food? Easily. You can show people your recipes. You can show people by allowing them to sample your product. It don't matter. Whatever gift you got, and that's just an example. The gift you got to counsel people, where people are just drawn to you, that's a gift. I don't know what it is about you, but I just tell you their most deepest, innermost, darkest secrets. That's a gift. Well, I don't know why everybody in my family always come to me, because he gave a gift to you to solve problems. To solve problems. Your gift is to solve problems. You want to know why you ain't wealthy? Because you ain't solving no problems. Because you ain't operating in your gift. You trying to go learn trades. You trying to do everything else but what he gave you the gift to do, or the gifts to do, to teach, to feed. That's why you can't have your prosperity, because your prosperity is connected to your purpose. You're eating the seed that will get you to where you need to be with your gift. I know a lot of people used to make mockery of those in the church. There wasn't no such thing as no school of prophets. Yes, it was. Elijah was a master prophet. I had to put my foot in my mouth because I used to be an ignorant one that says that. And he had a school of prophets. He taught them. They were teachers, teaching one another how to conduct affairs. And they were all businessmen. Peter was a fisherman by trade. Luke was a whole physician. Do you understand me? Matthew was a tax collector. They all had businesses. Even Yeshua was a carpenter. Paul was a tent maker. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. And that's what the Father is saying in this season. In order for you to confiscate the wealth that has been taken, I need you in position. You got to be on the, I need you in position. What does that mean? This whole illegal online wealth transfer that just happened 2 years ago, Father's given us time to get it back. To get it back. Why? Because his will is not, none of us will perish. If we listen, we won't have to perish. If we stop being afraid. Why do you think enemy cause fear? So you never get in your purpose. Because his job is to steal, kill, and destroy. He does not. He don't want you to be in your purpose. He don't want you solving people's problems. He don't like you. His job is to steal, kill, and destroy. Period. So if he can cause you to be afraid, if he can cause trauma in your life, if he can cause hardship in your life, whatever he got to do, and you can't be mad at him for doing his job, because that is his job, to throw roadblocks and snares and bring people to hurt you and bring people to use you and all of this other stuff. So you get stuck. I ain't helping nobody else. They use me too many times. So you get stuck. They talk about me all the time. So you get stuck. He used somebody to bully you as a young child, so you would have confidence issues, so you would never be able to speak and feel confident about yourself. That's his job, to get you stuck. And my job is to get you free. Okay. So with that being said, because I got another engagement, the Father, when I come here, it's a campaign against ignorance. It's a campaign against lack. Okay. It's a campaign against poverty. It's a campaign against defeat. It's a campaign against hopelessness. Father sent me here to tell you. Huh? I wonder what your natural hair looks like. Somehow I see you as an African lioness. You do? I'm going to just give you a preview. You see all that gray hair under there? Huh? Y'all see that gray hair? Y'all want to know why Dr. T put these wigs on? Because your girl got hair like a 60-year-old. That's wisdom. I'm 43. I'll go ahead and rock my whole hair when I get that age. You know what I'm saying? Like when my age match my hair, yeah. I got gray hairs in my eyelashes. Gray hairs everywhere, okay? And that's TMI. That's too much information. But I will rock it. When I get about 60 or 70, everything's gray. And I'm like, I don't understand this. I really don't. But baby, look, the gray hair is on steroids around here. I'm only 43. I'm like, look, Lord, nah. Nah, I don't know what was going on, but baby, listen. I got the wig ministry going on over here. Blue, purple. I ain't got to worry about it. And then when I just want to bust out them grays, I bust out them grays. But my natural hair is about this long. My natural hair it is wisdom, and I thank him for it, but I'm not ready to show it. No, they be like, girl, how old is you? 75. I would spend more time on the offense. Nah. Nah. When I don't just got a little gray, like a little gray right here, and then the rest is black. No, it's gray. Baby, y'all playing, okay? You see this back here? Gray. Even the little BBs on my neck, they're gray. I'm like, that's wrong. Okay, so yeah. That's a little side note. I had to answer my brother's question. Yeah. You gonna see it, brother. You is. A girlfriend ain't bald headed under here, but that gray hair, yeah, I'll have to I have to let my age when I get about 55, and they be like, "How old is you?" 55. It'll all flow. It'll just, okay, cool. Yeah, I can see why the gray hairs are there. Okay. Um, I have. It is wisdom. Trust me. I'm very, very, very wise. And it says wisdom don't come without tribulation. A lot of people ask for wisdom, but they don't know what they're asking for. If you desire wisdom, he said, if any man lacks knowledge, let him come ask. But if you desire wisdom, wisdom don't come without tribulation. So I've gotten this wisdom from tribulation. Trust me. But yeah, I'll rock it when I look the age for real. When I get to that age, then I'll rock it. But that's the purpose of my wigs. I just thought I'd add that as a sidebar. But I really gotta go. I got to minister in 10 minutes. You guys, on a more serious note, I come by here to see who I can serve. Okay. I decided, and I will continue to decide as the Father gives me grace. Many people don't know this, but I'm always trying to serve in the capacity that the Father tells me to serve. And from here all the way to the 29th, which is the day that my son passed away, I will not allow the enemy to cause me to have a bad week. I will not allow the enemy to cause me to have a bad day. Most don't know that the enemy tries to torment me really, really, really bad. So I always have to find myself doing something that will make him really, really, really mad. And when I get to liberate people, because you relive that every year, you relive it. I'm reminded it's tormented. I'm reminded of like, wow, if I had what I had then, my kid would still be alive. He tries to use that against me. And that's his weapon. And so what I'm going to do is I refuse to go down this time. I refuse to go down. I refuse to allow him to trick me. So I'm serving. I'm serving all week. And what I got for y'all, I have an offer, okay? Just don't come with like joining my group, my coaching programs, any of that. This is, I want to help you over 2 days, build out your business and find your targeted audience. And I want to make sure that I teach you how to use ads to make millions. Okay. That's what I want. So that means that I'm going to help you craft a course that you can put on autopilot, sell it for 90 cents. When you leave me, you're going to have a whole complete business. 2 days next weekend, around my son's birthday, we're gonna be fleshing this thing out. So you ain't gotta wait months and months and months. No, it's gonna be a master class, it's gonna be an intensive. On day number 1, we're gonna come up with whatever it is that you're gonna do. We're gonna come up with that, and then we're going to build it, and then we're going to find the people that need that exact thing that you built out, and then we're gonna put it on the system. And we're gonna let the system generate you money. And if you scared to talk on the phone and microphone and a camera and whatever the case may be, you have a course. And people are selling courses all day long, okay? We're going to do that. If you want to take another approach, we're going to do that too, okay? So I'm condensing the 100K, in a sense, 100K purpose-driven payday into 2 days. And instead of you taking the time, we're going to do it together. I'm going to build your business with you. I have that offer right now. I will put the flyer up after I finish serving and I got to go, like in 1 minute. But it's $500 for 2 days. It was a tool. I definitely received that. Had it not happened to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. Why would I still be in poverty, still be comfortable, still just sliding by on Section 8, getting food stamps, still finna go off into one of these facilities, still just blind, but it had to happen to me. And unless a seed go into the ground and die, cannot produce much fruit. We're living off of the seed, the life of Dr. Martin Luther King that went into the ground. The seed, the life of Harriet Tubman that went into the ground. We're living because of those seeds. So had that not happened, I wouldn't be able to be here to serve you. Probably wouldn't care. You know how we don't get active until things happen. So it was good for me that it happened, but it hurts. And it will hurt all the rest of my life. It will hurt. I'm not gonna act like, yeah, I'm good, I'm like, yeah. No, it hurts. It's painful, very painful. But the pain is a fuel to my fire. And that's why I'm here to break chains. Okay. So that's the offer that I have. If not, if you want to be pandemic proof and you want to learn the kingdom principles on a deeper level, now my business serves anybody. You can be whatever you want to. My business serves anybody. But now, if you kingdom, I have a group for you. That's $97. We're teaching you kingdom principles, the Isaac principle, right? The Joseph principle, how Joseph used principles to pre-damage or prevent himself and a whole entire nation from suffering famine. Okay, so we are going to use those principles, strategies that I don't talk about openly. Okay, inside that's $97 a month. Also, while helping you build out everything that you need to build out. So it's not just about coming into the group getting kingdom principles. No, you're building, and there's strategies. There's strategies. Joseph didn't give all his strategies to everybody, but there is strategies that you can do today that will prevent you from suffering later on. Okay, with that being said, if you are interested, you can email me. I'm gonna put my email here, TJT Worlds. The flyer is up on YouTube if you're viewing by YouTube, tjtworlds@yahoo.com. The flyer is up. If you are viewing by YouTube, like I said, it's not on Facebook and I have not put it on Instagram, but you can email me, TJT Worlds, okay? I put it up there, and I also, where is it at? I also will put it here so it can flash across the screen real quick, you guys. But that being said, it's time to do kingdom now, not tomorrow, but now. It's time to do kingdom, okay? And that is the season that we're in before this season is over with. And I will not stop until he tells me we're done. One thing you cannot ever get back is a season. A missed opportunity is just that. If it's your time to come out, let's go. Let's ride. Let's build. Let's do. Okay? If it's your time, I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm telling you to trust him because he wants you out. You just got to meet him. I'm in the Caribbean sending money through certain apps is challenging. Is there a way to wire you funds? Email me. Yes, you can. You can use MoneyGram or I don't know what platforms you have, but please email me, brother, so I can serve you. Okay, get you over there. I want to do something with you with that farming, for real. Try some lemongrass for that cough. Yes, it's allergies out here in Texas. So I'm originally from California, but the allergies is on steroids out here. It's crazy. So the drainage, all of that. But I will. Maybe you can send me some. Maybe we can exchange. I do business with you, okay? But I love y'all, and I will see y'all soon. Have a blessed day. Stay blessed. Use these principles. Come get with your girl. This is an offering that I always come here and offer to you guys first. First, because I rather do business and kingdom business with my family. And I consider you my family. I'd rather do kingdom business with you. Invest that $500 seed, let God give you back 500,000, 50,000. It's just that simple. As long as the earth remains, there will always be seed time and harvest. So you're not losing money. If you eat it or consume it or spend it, that's a loss. But if you invest it, God, that's a principle. He will give it back. It's a principle. He will give it back. All right. See y'all.